I'm gonna be a little bit naughty today. I'm gonna get this mower, drop it to 3 mil, give it the granny cut at 3 mil. Watch out. Probably shouldn't be doing this, but just one, okay? Let's get into it. Yo mate, what up? Welcome to another lawn tip vid. So as you can see here, my little home golf green, currently been cut at 4 mil, and it is handling it like a trooper, like it's smashing through. We've had heaps of frost recently, and there's not even any discoloration of the leaf. I have been keeping up the product applications, but it's just looking lush and just beautiful, man. So I think we're gonna risk it for the biscuit today. I'm gonna take this thing down to 3 mil. Currently at 4 mil, gonna squeeze it to 3 mil. When we get to springtime, I'm gonna squeeze it down to 2 mil for the fun of it, to show you guys, but let's squeeze this down and see how it responds. I'm interested. It might look nasty. First things first, we're gonna adjust the height of cut on this greens mower just here. So we'll tilt it back. No getting your fill anywhere, please. And we're gonna adjust the distance between this rear roller and this front roller and that bed knife that's under there. So this is the bed knife I'm talking about, if you guys weren't aware. So this is where it cuts the grass in here. So that reel spins and the grass goes between that reel and that bottom blade and gives it a cut, and I need to give that a clean. So we're gonna get all fancy today and use this AccuGauge, which gives us a digital measurement between that bottom roller there and this here. And then you move this thing and put it on the underside of the bed knife and it will tell us a measurement. Can you see it? Look at that, 3 mil. Yeah. Ooh, make your mind up, mate. Now, I'm just gonna make sure this is cutting paper, because we're gonna make sure it's cutting as clean as it can when we're cutting this low. So slightly on that side, bring that down a bit. There we go. Perfect. Beautiful. So at the end of this as well, we'll do a stimp meter reading to see how quick it's playing. Now, I was running at a 9 when I've been cutting it at 4 mil, and hasn't really changed from a 9 since I started doing it. So we'll do it afterwards. If you guys have no idea how stimp meter readings work, I'll show you towards the end of the video. But let's get a mow on it now. Let's see how much grass we get off here. This excites me for some stupid reason. I don't know why. You wouldn't think taking your grass height down lower, you get excited about it, but it's just something different, man. It's just something different about it. So we are 4 runs in, and yeah, I'm definitely need a double cut because you can see the spots that are being missed. It's just the way it is. But look at the difference in this, man. Brother, get excited by it. I am. Look at this. Bruh, it looks so short. It looks pure as, like, that is the definition of pure. It just looks. Bro. So good. Hasn't lost any color either. Like, it looks great at that height. Not scalping, which is exciting. Oh, the ball's gonna be rolling quick on this. All right, let's keep mowing. Bruh, have a look at that. It looks like glass almost, like it looks, oh my goodness, man, that looks ridiculous. Look at it. Look at how tight that grass is there. That looks better than fake grass, man. That looks just crazy. Oh man, how good is that looking? I'm a little bit blown away by how good that looks, to be honest. Now, I knew it was going to take 3 mil pretty well because the whole area is completely filled in and it is quite thick at the moment as well. The only thing that was making me and ah was because we are getting frost at the moment, but 1 mil's not really going to make a world of difference, so that's why I decided to go ahead with it. But man, look at it, mate. Like, whew, love it. Like, that is just exciting. Really, really cool. Getting late in the day and the sun's starting to go down. The one bummer of a thing about this time of year is the sun does not stay up. And our top temperature today was 6 degrees Celsius, believe it or not. It's cold, so this is handling the cooler weather very nicely. So we got, in the end, 2 catches off the first cut, which because we're taking it from that 4 mil down to that 3 mil, and then off our second cut, because it was a tidy up cut on the second cut, we still got half a catcher, mate. And it is lush, healthy grass. Like, there's no frost burn on the tips of the leaf, very vigorous, like thick, the leaf is thick and healthy. It's just going well, super stoked with how it's looking at the moment. Okay, so let's do the stimp meter reading now. So we're gonna see how fast this green is running. So it's measured in feet with this little tool here, which is called a stimp meter. So we're just gonna get the average of 3 golf balls and see how far they go. And get the average of how far they go. And you do it in both directions. Get a piece of duck poo here to measure our starting point. And you basically lift this up slowly until it drops like that to see how fast it's running. And last time I checked this, it was 9. All right, so now we'll measure out how far that is. All right, let's go the other direction. So we're running at a 9.65, so technically it's a 10 if you round it up, if you're gonna round up. So it's faster, but it's not much faster. Now, again, I'd have to be regularly cutting this. The leaf is actually a little bit wet because it's cold and we've had quite a lot of rain recently as well, so that does actually impact how quick it's running. Plus it's got quite a bit of nitrogen, well not nitrogen, sorry, just we're pushing a bit of product into here, a bit of iron, a bit of everything. So the leaf is thicker at the moment as well because it's just so healthy and lush. Whereas if you're looking at like tournaments where they play at the US Open, they're playing at even the Masters, they tend to dry the greens out quite a lot in the warmer months to make them run a little bit quicker. Now to speed it up, we could use something like a roller on this area as well, which I'd love to get a roller for here to show you guys how much of an impact that's going to have on this area. But let's give it a putt now and just see how true it's running at this 3 mil. How many meters would this be? Let's see. 1, 2, 9, about a 10 meter putt. That's running so much more pure. So much more pure. It's got to learn to putt straight now. It is running so pure at the moment, man, that is awesome. Definitely not as quick as I'd like it to be, and I want to push it to be quicker. But love it. Man, that's pure. So I've come back down this morning to show you guys how it looks with the sun out. The green does at the 3 mil. But first thing I do is clean off the duck poo for the 10 billionth time. I did it yesterday and it was absolutely ridiculous. But look at how much poo is on the apron here, or the collar, the surrounds area. Like, it is just disgusting. Absolutely filthy. So I've had a few guys asking how the plugs are going on the outside of the green. So this is one of the areas we plugged. This spot here, man, it's still creeping even though it's winter, which is just ridiculous. That is getting really, really close to being filled in. Probably a little bit of a dusting of sand would help it fill in just that little bit more, just because there'd be some loose soil or sand to help it actually creep into those areas just a little bit more. This area here, which was really, really bad because of washout when we first did it, so we had to actually redo this whole area. This section here is nearly filled in. It's just around these edges here. Needs a little bit more time. Might be worth putting another plug just there if we want to speed it up over winter. But I know without a doubt that's going to fill in over springtime when the time comes. It's doing really well considering the frost we're having. We had a ridiculous frost this morning and yesterday and the day before, and the green's still growing, not losing colour. It's just ticking along nicely. Actually due for another fertilizer app now, which I'll do later in the week, but man, it just looks so good. And here are the plugs here that we pulled out. Then top them up with a bit of sand, but as you can see, they've really, really started to fill in, especially where the sand was still level and hasn't had ducks dig some of the sand out. Like, look at this, man, look at this. How much have they filled in? Like, that is crazy. Crazy to see this time of year when we're getting like -4 at night. Last night was -3 nearly, but it's not warm, but this bent grass is just ticking. Well, I'm super impressed to see how this pans out over the rest of winter. I'm gonna keep it at this 3 mil now. Honestly, wasn't planning to do it, but it just looked ready and it was just thick and lush and just, yeah, you can see by the results, we've taken it down a whole mil, which normally you probably wouldn't do, but the lawn is just, it was just ready to go. This looks pure. It's rolling pure as well because I've got that lower height of cut, less chance of bumps and humps and areas that are thicker and thinner. So it's sort of, yeah, it just evened it out really nicely, which is good. And it's just rolling quick. Let's have a little putt down towards the green, the pin, sorry. Look at that go, man. That is just rolling so clean. Woo! Exciting to see. Thanks guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate you guys so much. Like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because it does help me out. And yeah, you guys have a good week and I'll see you very, very soon.